Shalom, friends. Welcome to Daf Reactions, Bava Kamma 27. By now, I know that imagining legal responses to the most ludicrous, bizarre, absolutely batshit scenarios, hypothetical situations that the human mind could think up is indeed the Talmud's challah and butter. But there are few scenarios, I will readily admit, that have impacted me so forcefully as the one I encountered last year when I learned Yevamot 54. I laughed. I cried. I made a video about it. Well, my friends, I regret to inform you that it's back to haunt me. Like a horror villain you think you've defeated to only have them pop up in the backseat of your car in the rearview mirror in the last few minutes of the movie. Let's discuss the case of a man who falls dick first off of a roof. But if you're concerned about the man who fell, don't be concerned. For him, the person you should be worrying about is the woman on the ground, okay? Because that man falls into her. And when I say into her, that is exactly what I mean. I wish I could lie to you, but I never will, so I'm sorry. Forgive me. Rava says that if that man had no intent to insert himself into her as he fell, but gravity, what can you do? He is legally liable for damages, for pain, for medical bills, for loss of livelihood. But not for humiliation, because he had no intent to embarrass her. Oh, he had no intent to embarrass her. Well, that just fixes everything. Everything is fine now. Please allow me to be the one to inform Rava that intent doesn't negate impact. In this case, literally. Now, here's where I had the acid flashback to learning Yevamot last year, and I say that having never done acid. Honestly, maybe now is the time to start. If a man falls into his Yevamah, the widow of his deceased brother, to whom he in turn must marry and liberate marriage in order to carry on his brother's name, well, this technically doesn't count as acquiring her. Even though knowing each other in the biblical sense usually serves that purpose, but not here because it wasn't his intent. So either if she survived this whole thing, she and he would still have to smash, but hopefully in a slightly less horrific way. Or she was gonna light him the fuck up in the chalitza ceremony to get out of marrying him. I'm imagining her taking that special ritual chalitza shoe and kicking him in the ass with it. And then she could be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, that wasn't my intent. It's just that I have these weird muscle spasms that I cannot control. I've had them since the incident. I'm sure you remember. You were there. Now the Talmud moves on to discuss the exemptions for paying liability for humiliation. But what a baraita they choose to go with. This juxtaposition is art. From a verse in Devarim, we learn that if a woman grabs a man's eggplant emoji, she is in fact liable to pay him for humiliation. Unless he requested this of her, and if so, who am I to judge? But I don't think that's what's happening here. My deepest vigilante wish for this scenario of the man falling off of a roof and into a woman's nature's pocket is that there is indeed another woman nearby who will in fact reach out and grab him by his Vlad the Impaler and break it if it's not already broken. Paying a fine is worth it in pursuit of justice for a woman whose only crime, whose gravest mistake was walking around at ground level. Justice, you shall pursue.